It's confusing, right? One moment he's all over you, the next, silence. Hours, sometimes days, without a reply. But when he finally does, there's that spark again. The truth. Slow replies don't always mean he's lost interest. Sometimes it's the exact opposite. He's fighting it. In this video, we'll break down the real reasons why a guy who desires you might act distant. And trust me, it's not what you think. 1. His mind versus his desire. When a man is truly attracted to you, there's a battle inside him. Part of him wants to reach out constantly, while another part tells him to pull back and act chill. It's like a tug of war between logic and impulse. And guess what? When desire hits deep, he starts overthinking. He might delay his replies because he's trying to keep control, not because he doesn't care. It's almost funny. The stronger the attraction, the more effort he puts into hiding it. It's not about pride, it's about fear of being too exposed. So when he takes hours to answer, it's often his way of catching his breath, not losing interest. He's trying to figure out how to look calm while his emotions are anything but. 2. The ego test. There's another layer here. The ego. Men are wired to want control, even in connection. When he feels too drawn to you, he might pull away just to test if he can. It's not personal, it's a defense mechanism. That delay in responding becomes his version of taking power back. He wants to prove to himself that he's not hooked, even if deep down, he already is. Ironically, that silence is his way of staying in the game without showing his cards. You might think he's being cold, but it's actually his pride wrestling with vulnerability. And this is where many women misread the situation, confusing emotional hesitation with lack of interest. 3. The comfort paradox. When a man feels safe with you, he relaxes, and sometimes that makes him too comfortable. He knows you'll still be there even if he takes a while to reply. It's not malicious, it's human nature. But here's the twist. The more secure he feels, the slower his urgency becomes. It's like his mind goes, "She understands me. I don't need to rush." Yet, the attraction stays alive beneath that calm. He's not ignoring you. He's pacing himself in something that feels real. The danger? You start doubting the connection, thinking he's detached, when in reality he's just at ease, maybe too much. For fear of vulnerability? Some men equate emotional intimacy with weakness. And when they start catching real feelings, panic hits. Replying too quickly feels like surrender. So instead, they slow down. This doesn't mean they don't want you. It means they're afraid of how much they do. Every message becomes a risk of revealing too much. They'll write, erase, rewrite, and then wait. Because deep down, they know that every word exposes a little more of what they're trying to hide. So that seen notification isn't indifference. It's hesitation, the kind that only happens when emotions are getting too real. 5. The strategy of scarcity. Let's be honest. Some men play the game. They've learned that mystery creates attraction, so they use silence as a tool. It's manipulative, maybe, but for many, it's subconscious. He wants to appear desired, not desperate. By replying late, he builds the illusion of being in control. But here's what he doesn't realize. When it's genuine connection, strategy kills chemistry. You can't fake emotional timing forever. And when that mask starts slipping, you'll notice the tone changes. The messages get softer, more personal. That's when you know desire is winning over the act. 6. The emotional hangover. Sometimes, after an intense conversation or moment, he disappears for a while. That's not rejection, it's recovery. Men often need space to process emotions they're not used to handling. Think of it like an emotional hangover. Too much connection at once can overwhelm him. So he retreats, recharges, and comes back when he feels centered again. It's his way of recalibrating. The irony is, the deeper he feels, the longer the silence. It's not distance, it's digestion. He's just learning how to handle what he feels for you without losing himself in it. 7. The fear of misinterpretation. He might also delay replies because he overthinks what to say. He doesn't want to come off too eager, too cold, too confusing. So he hesitates, edits, and waits for the perfect moment that never really comes. It's not laziness, it's anxiety disguised as indifference. He wants to get it right, to sound casual, but not careless. The irony is, that very effort makes him seem uninterested. If only he knew that what women value most isn't timing, it's sincerity. A late, honest text beats a fast, empty one any day. 8. The attraction burnout when someone feels a strong pull toward you, but doesn't act on it. It creates emotional exhaustion. Desire with resistance drains energy. That's why his replies may become inconsistent. Some days he's all in, others he pulls away. He's fighting against his own curiosity, trying not to fall deeper. But the more he resists, the harder it hits when he gives in. That's why, out of nowhere, he might text you again with intensity because he missed the peace that only your presence brings. Desire doesn't disappear in silence, just hides, waiting for the right excuse to resurface. 9. The unspoken test. At times, silence is a test not for you, but for him. He wants to see how much you'll chase, how you'll react. Will you double text, or will you match his energy? Men with emotional control use distance to measure connection. It's their way of testing how much space they can create before you give up. But what they dainty expect is when you dainty chase, that's when panic hits. Because suddenly, he realizes you're not waiting. Act. And that's when desire shifts from curiosity to need. 10. When desire wins eventually, the silence breaks. It always does. When attraction turns into longing, control becomes impossible. That's when he texts you out of nowhere, maybe with a casual hey, but behind it there's surrender. He couldn't resist anymore. The pauses, the distance, the ego, all fade once he realizes he's the one who can stop thinking about you. That's when desire finally wins over pride. So if he doesn't reply right away, don't rush to conclusions. Sometimes silence isn't rejection, it's a slow confession. Conclusion: now that you know what's really behind those late replies, maybe it's time to look beyond the notifications. Silence can be loud. It can reveal confusion, fear, or even longing. But the real question is, will you keep waiting for mixed signals or start demanding clarity? If this video made you reflect, drop a comment and tell me if you've ever felt this kind of energy from someone. And don't forget to subscribe because we still have a lot to talk about when it comes to the hidden side of attraction.